I swear this isn't supposed to be a Cybertruck hate page, but this is going to be the third time that Tesla has to recall every single Cybertruck on the market. This time because of the oversized windshield wiper. So the first time Tesla had to recall every single Cybertruck was because the accelerator pedal would get stuck and slam people into buildings. I don't remember what the second time was, but it technically wasn't a full recall. It's only like 95% of Cybertrucks. This one is our second 100% Cybertruck recall because the wiper did not work. It was too big. People were criticizing this from the get-go, saying that the windshield wiper appears too large to exist, at least without malfunctioning in some way. As it turns out, yeah, that's true. They said on affected vehicles, the front windshield wiper motor controller may stop functioning due to electrical overstress to the gate driver component, i.e. it's too big and takes too much force because they only have one windshield wiper for the entire windshield. And of course, this is a problem because Tesla reports a non-functioning windshield wiper may reduce visibility in certain operating conditions, which would increase the risk of a collision. Very early on in development, lots of people pointed out how oddly huge this thing was, which of course Elon said there was no easy solution for, that he's always got some kind of weird answer for this of why he doesn't have to change anything. Oh yes, this one is for the trim piece that would cause the truck bed to come loose and fall off. So if a truck bed falls off, accelerator pedal gets stuck, and windshield wiper fails, which to me indicates that the Cybertruck's failure is now complete. As a guy who used to really want to have one of these, that used to make positive videos, that was really excited about it, I think this car is a lemon's lemon. This is like a lemon tart of a vehicle. It doesn't get any more sour than the Cybertruck. When your vehicle has been out for 6 months and you've had to recall all of them 3 times, that's insane. This is a little bit of an old story, but one that I'm just now discovering, which is that plastic recycling can actually release huge quantities of microplastics directly into our water supply. And this, of course, is an image from The Guardian of a guy with microplastics all over his hand. In case you're unfamiliar, microplastics are what are created when plastic materials break down into incredibly tiny, microscopic, smaller than a grain of sand type of particulate that can end up in the water supply, the food supply. They don't really digest. Your body doesn't break them down. They do build up in your body. There's theories that this microplastic pollution causes low testosterone in men, that it causes birth defects if women have too much of it, that a lot of very bad things happen when you get billions of these little plastic particles in your body. Well, scientists in the UK discovered shockingly high levels of microplastics in the wastewater from a plastic recycling plant. The plastic industry has been very big that plastic recycling is the way to go. It'll reduce waste. However, an international team discovered that about 13% of the plastic produced gets turned into microplastics and dumped into wastewater, which ultimately goes back into the environment, stating the facility, and this is a new, modern, state-of-the-art, nice one, could be releasing 75 billion plastic particles in each cubic meter of wastewater, which they probably go through millions or billions of cubic meters of wastewater, which is just incredible. It's just insane. If they filter the water, they can reduce this pollution roughly in half. It can go down to about 6% of the plastic they produce that they recycle ends up in the water, which I'm not sure is better than just sitting in the ground. And this is sort of the problem with modern society and modern technology in general, is that no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how green you're trying to be, no matter how much you try to be a good person and recycle and eat healthy and do the right things, our, let's say, technological ecosystem, our techosystem, whatever you want to call it, is so complex, and there are so many like little technological externalities that it is very easy to overlook something incredibly damaging like this with plastic pollution. And I don't even know if there's a solution for this, or I don't even know if this is better than just throwing the plastic in a landfill and letting it rot. It's kind of sad, kind of frustrating, kind of like people that used to eat kale thinking it was healthy. Turns out that the type of herbicides most commonly used on kale give people cancer, so it was actually not healthy at all. It just feels like you can't do anything right these days. Android users everywhere rejoice as the green bubble nightmare is over because Apple Messages now supports RCS. So when you text your friends that are on iPhone, you won't pop up with these big green bubbles that indicate that you're obviously on an Android. And for the handful of you that didn't know, apparently iPhone users have been excluding Android users because of how annoying the green bubbles are and how their messages and images and attached videos don't necessarily go through the same kind of way. It's led to people breaking up on dates, losing jobs, friendships, a whole bizarre amount of things that what system you choose to text on really should not influence, but has. But Apple, I guess, has heard the complaints and more likely the pressure from the senators talking about it. And if you're running the iOS 18 developer beta, you may have noticed that your Android friends aren't getting the same green bubbles they used to have because we're now using RCS support on the back end. And that's just awesome. It just like cuts down on a very weird modern type of discrimination. And this is, again, only in iOS 18 developer beta, which isn't an outrageous amount of people right now, but obviously this will roll out to all iPhones at some point in the near future. This eldritch horror of a smiling robot face is actually made from living human skin cells and was created by a scientist that wanted to design robots that can emote better. And I wish that I could tell you that this absolute abomination of a creation was not something that was real, rather that it was something from The Smiling Friends, which, by the way, great show if you haven't seen it. But no, this is very, very real, and it's from 3D printed human skin cells. I'll show a different angle of it here. It attaches to these wires, or it actually grows ligaments that attach to these little wires so that it can therefore emote and show emotion to people. Oh god, it's so slimy. Okay, so and the point of this is to make much more realistic human skin on androids. As the creator said, the development of AI technology and other advancements expand the roles required of robots. The function required of robot skins are also starting to change. Adding that a human-like skin could help robots properly communicate with other people. Could also have surprising benefits in the cosmetic industry. You could put different makeup on people and see how, like, as they emote, how it would look, something like that. You can create skin wrinkles, but I just think this is really creepy. I mean, the last time we tried to put human skin on a robot, it was so that it could go back in time and kill John Connor. As you may remember, the T-1000 actually was just like a full metal robot, but human skin on the outside. So as I say, every day we're getting one step closer to Skynet. This is I know this is like good science, okay? We're putting living tissues on robots. I'm supposed to take this seriously, but man, oh god.